what didn't they teach in Duvdevan, in the counterterrorism unit that gets so much credit? You don't hear much about the operations, is what happened to Nimrod while he was teaching the actors stunts and action during season one. Nimrod, do you want to share with us what happened to you?
So, I was having a conversation with Aviv, and when we have discussed and when I shared with him the experience of working with Fauda, I've also mentioned that it was that it affected me on a deeper level that I, wasn't really aware of or didn't really see it coming. And not only stuff that we filmed, but the whole integration with the population there, with the local population, was something which touched me on a very deep level. I all of a sudden realized stuff that I wasn't really coping with earlier in my life. When it bubbled up and came out, everything I thought that I knew about myself, about how I can handle my mental condition, my physical condition, everything came into doubt, and I needed to regroup myself and recoup myself and find something that does work on a deeper level of healing, not just of fighting. And the same system that I was working with in order to train actors and combatants took a major turn by all of a sudden becoming a healing instrument, in which I'm using the healthy combat in order to put a person in a condition where he can actually work on triggers that are related to trauma and post-trauma experiences. What happened is that it's, when it comes to anxiety, depression, stress, fear, it juggles our system from within. My mom became ill at that time, and you touch a different place of, let's call it, bravery. Because if you remember Professor Shayahu Leibovich once said that the lowest level of heroism is the one in battle. And being combative at that time, I went nuts. What on earth is he talking about? It's like the ultimate sacrifice. But when you start caring for people, at terminal situation or whatever, and you see that you don't have and you still need to be there every day, and you still need to be strong, but you cannot shout, and you cannot shoot, and you cannot kill. You just need to be strong for somebody else. And that was a lesson that I took and emerged from.
But Nimrod, you went through something that happens to a lot of soldiers, post-trauma, and it happens all over the world, in all other armies, all militaries. Then what happened? Who can help you? What came out of that? I mean, are you stronger right now?
Much stronger and a different person. Trauma has many faces. It's not just fear. Okay, it's not just being in battle. It's there's so many other aspects, especially in the kind of war that we were running, which is in the midst of civilian population. Issues of morality are very strong, and stuff that you've managed to cope with on earlier years are different than when you change perspective and you become a father, or when you send your son to the army.
Rabbi Rosalind, you want to ask a question?
Sure. So I think Netflix is really exposing everyone to so much there's just such a wide variety over there, and they're really brilliant. But who is the contact at Netflix who realized what an important piece of work Fauda is, and how it would change so many people, including yourself, but around the world?
I'm not sure that I know all the in and outs of what of who finally decided to buy and to invest in Fauda. I can only root Netflix for their vision and for their understanding of how it can inflict on society as a whole, on humanity. If you ask me, it really did make an impact and a change. And really, I think that Netflix has a major part in it, because otherwise, yes, it was a big hit here in Israel and in the Middle East, but like in 190 countries around the world, it's
Nimrod, can you share with us the system, the amazing system that is called Otzma, which means power?
It should be learned on a personal experience. It's you can talk about it all you want, but if you're talking about relaxation, you need to learn how it feels to be relaxed, how it feels to be peaceful. And until I managed to take a deep breath that went all the way in, and when I felt how stress can be dissolved from my body, even though I was practicing, traditional arts, even, Tai Chi, meditation, yoga, you name it. But I was not able to reach this level of letting go, of understanding. So Otzma was developed as a tactical tool at first, to give you the most basic raw elements that one needs in order to survive. Before all the fighting or tactical elements, you need to have a decision. Who am I? What is my mission statement? Am I in my unit now as on a mission that I need to initiate, that I need to engage, and the mission is more important than anything right now? Or am I a civilian that needs to go home to his family? So each one has a different mission statement. One needs to sacrifice his life for the mission, and one's mission is to go home safe. And once you understand that, and you understand that you need to act upon your mission statement. So there may need to be a time where somebody who needs to get home safe needs to fight for his life. But if he sees everything in the terms of a conflict, of fighting, he will not see all the openings that he has to get home safely, which is the main goal. We need to make some decisions and actions to make it happen. And that means to be aware of our surroundings. If I'm not aware, I don't know, I cannot, part of my system, which enables me to detect threats and to act upon it as early as possible, thus giving me the more chance to survive and to go back on my life, is diminished if I'm not operating this system.
Nimrod, I want to tell you something. I'm going to be your student. This time, the COVID-19, our businesses, a lot of our businesses crashed, We've been planning tours for months and even years, and in 3 days, boom, over 30 tours have canceled, And no one prepared for us, even if you went to Harvard, Yale, or any other university. You need to breathe. and so
sometimes you need to understand that it's time to smell the roses. What can you do? And to appreciate everything else in life, not just your business, everything here. Okay, this is my dojo. It was empty for, I don't know, nearly 3 months now. Okay. Oh, one student. Every workshop that we had, everything canceled, and it wasn't in the most convenient time. So, but what can you do? It was, so I understand you just need to take a deep breath and relax. That's it.
Nimrod, I want to say thank you. And I want to ask a tip. You know, I have something when I meet people, I ask a tip for life.
A tip for life. Okay. Be joyful. I mean it. You know, from the bottom of my heart, joy, it's the cure for everything. And once you find this inside, and once you understand it, I mean, like each one of us lives with his own, you know, movie running in his head on how he sees, you know, reality and life and everything. And it is rarely really connected to reality. Okay, we're either, you know, living in our fantasy world or in our nightmare world of what would happen, but it is rarely real reality. So we get, even if we're not really choosing something consciously, we choose it unconsciously. So I decided to choose to be happy, okay, as a main choice, because I understood that it exceeds, you know, everything else. And once you're in this vibe, you're able to resolve so many other situations. They just dissolve from themselves, and the rest is resolvable. So yeah,
Yeah.
become joyful. Nothing else matters.
You know, we didn't plan this question, and I asked, you know, what tip for life, and you say be joyful. So Nimrod, I want to connect you, and I want to connect all the people that are watching now and all the people that are going to watch later in the Facebook page of Israel Unlimited, that next Sunday at 9 p.m. Israel time and 2 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to host another Nimrod. But this Nimrod is actually a medical clown. It's the Israeli Patch Adams. And he's going to take us to a humor workshop. Another way to handle life, another way to handle stress, another way, you know, to be joyful. Nimrod, תודה רבה, בן אדם.
Thank you guys. Thank you so
Much.
much.
That was great. Thank you so much.